Welcome to a bookish vlog. We're book shopping, crafting, packing, and lots of yapping today. Hi besties, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Susan. I post bookish lifestyle and other girly content, and today we have a very fun bookish day planned. I am going to Florida, the 30A area, which is supposed to be so pretty, with one of my best friends this week. And since it's a beach vacation weekend, there is going to be a lot of reading done, so I need to pack for that and also pick out the books that I'm going to read. I really want to go to the used bookstore and see if I can find an Ellen Hilderbrand book, because I've heard her books are perfect for the beach. And I also have a fun cozy craft that I want to get to later too, so that's the day. But first, thank you so much to Bookstore for sponsoring today's video. Bookstore has the cutest eyewear with so many different frame shapes and sizes that can fit any face shape. As someone who's worn glasses since I was like 5 years old, I've always had trouble finding glasses that can fit my head, but Bookstore has so many that do. I absolutely love these. This frame is perfect for the spring and summer. The sunset orange vibes are just, I love it. The way the frame is waved right here with this star and the little sparkle details is so early 2000s. With Bookstore frames, you can also add various functional lenses, such as prescription glasses, reading glasses, polarized lenses, and sun visor lenses. As you may be able to tell, I love a big glasses lens, and Bookstore has so many big style frames to choose from. I love with these ones how you have a classic black frame which can match any outfit, but then there's the print details in the corners that spice it up a little bit. I especially love that you can add blue light blocking lenses to your Bookstore frames. I spend so much time on my computer editing and just doing other stuff on technology that can cause a lot of strain on my eyes, but the blue light blocking really helps me with that. They're also so good for reading on an e-reader, which I spend so many hours a week doing that as well. I also really like a frame with nose pads, and I love how this frame is essentially a neutral, but it also has a little bit of color in it. It's a lighter pink color with a little bit of rose gold, and I just love that combo. These are just so comfortable on my face, and again, it's the attention to details. I love that there's like a little gap between the two colors right here and right here. It's still a classic frame, but then this adds a little bit of a twist to it, which I love. And Bookstore's prescription lenses too are produced in a short time and are shipped worldwide. And again, love the big style of frame. There's something about the tortoiseshell pattern that is just a classic. I think pink has to be my favorite color, so I love that there's just a pop of pink without the whole entire frame being pink. These just make me want to get dressed up to go to a library or go to a museum and put on a cozy cardigan. They just have that aesthetic, and I love it. So thank you again to Bookstore for sponsoring today's video. You can use code 15Susan for 15% off your Bookstore frames. And now let's get bookish. So I leave for my trip in 2 days. I am sort of packed, as in I wrote down my packing list in my notes app and I laid out a bunch of the stuff I need on the floor, which is not exactly packing, but it's a start. I'm going with one of my long distance best friends. You're probably like, Susan, what are you holding in your hand? But I haven't seen my long distance best friend since October, I want to say, and I made her this mini book ornament for 2024 Christmas, and just because I haven't seen her yet, I haven't gotten the chance to give it to her, so I have to remember to pack this. These are the mini books, so these include the books that she read in 2024, and I put them in an ornament. This is such a fun gift to give to your friends. And then in terms of books that I'm gonna pack, I am flying Southwest, and as of this trip, Southwest is still doing like their 2 bags that are checked for free. That means I can overpack without having to worry. Obviously, I'm gonna try not to overpack, but who knows. But in terms of books that I'm gonna take, I wanted to find an Ellen Hilderbrand book. I also just finished Magnolia Parks. Didn't love this book, honestly. I gave it 3 stars. There just really wasn't that much plot and nothing really happened. It's like a London version of Gossip Girl, though it did remind me a lot of Style by Taylor Swift, and there's just so much drama and it got super kind of repetitive. But I've heard the next book in the series, Daisy Hates, is incredible, so I do kind of want to continue with the series. So if they have Daisy Hates at the used bookstore when I go later on today, I will look for that. But in the meanwhile, one of the books I am definitely gonna pack is You with a View. Her second book, The X-Files, I absolutely loved. It's second chance romance, and it takes place in Napa Valley in California, and 2 exes have to work together to save their best friend's wedding. So I'm so excited to read her first book, You with a View. This is a road trip book, and it just seems like the perfect beach read. I also just received an ARC 2 from Avon Books. This is 32 Days in May. Just look at this cover. That is like ultimate beach read vibe, so I feel like I should bring this one too. This one takes place on the Jersey Shore. I believe it comes out in May. A young woman has a no-strings fling with a former television star, so I don't know, just the vibes are giving beach. So this is my packing progress. As I said, piles everywhere. I feel like I have most of the things that I need so far in the piles. I just am so excited for all of the colorful fashion and everything. I have the cutest like beach accessories. This is a foldable tripod too, which is amazing. These are both from Out of Print. They make the cutest bookish merch. And then we have some beach towels because the Airbnb says bring your own beach towels. So got that. The book, the mini book. Lots of sunscreen. So this is my favorite sunscreen. It smells so amazing. And then aloe gel, packable laundry bag, toiletries, beach stuff. So this is all a mesh, which is super nice. And then I'm bringing this like foldable beach blanket. It's super cute. And then we have this swimsuit outfit, and then I put white sweater because the white sweater is in the washing machine right now, so I just need to remember to put the white sweater, top, and then another swimsuit, and then jean shorts also in the washing machine, and have to remember to bring those. And then we have this whole outfit, the cutest top. I love this so much. I got it from Etsy. And then we have my like non-swimsuit outfits. This is the packing, and I think I'll post like a what's in my suitcase type video or post on Instagram, so check that out. Before I go on my trip, I really want to do, I keep seeing these all over like TikTok and Pinterest. They're these scrapbook decor type frames where essentially you're doing the same thing that you would be doing if you were making a scrapbook, but instead of a book, it's a picture frame. And I was like, that would be the perfect decor piece because I just went back to New York to visit my boyfriend and we did a lot of fun stuff there, and I was like, instead of making a scrapbook page, let's make it a frame. So here we have the setup. This frame I got from Michael's, and I love this vintage style. I feel like it's the perfect size. It's 11 by 14 or 8 by 10 if you take the mat out. And then I printed out some photos at Walgreens, and I have like this little fabric scrap and some cute ribbons that I pulled out also from Michael's. And I was like, let's just play with it and see what this turns into, like a memory, turning memory into decor. Isn't that so much fun? And then I just have some scraps that I collected while I was in New York. These Metro cards are from like 3 years ago when I still lived in New York. They expired, which is kind of annoying because I do feel like there was a little bit of money left on those, but it's fine. So let's get crafting. So here are all the pictures I printed out. These are all from my most recent trip, but this picture I absolutely adore. This one I took this like last year when I was there. So even though this picture wasn't taken on this trip, still want to include it. Obviously we're gonna remove all of this. So I'm just gonna take the back of the frame and wrap the fabric around this. I feel like that'll be the best way to do this. Actually, hold that thought, we're gonna steam the fabric first. Okay, fabric has been steamed mostly. So now that the backing is done, let's add the ribbon and all the fun parts. Okay, so the backing, I guess, and the ribbon accents are done. So far, so happy with how this is turning out. Now let's add the photos and all of the memories. Okay, wait, low-key, so happy with how this turned out. This did not take long at all to make. At first I was like, I'm kind of annoyed that this ticket is off-centered, but then I'm like, it looks kind of cute with some of the stuff a little bit not centered. I think this is so much fun. It's such a cute decor piece. It's such like a good way to keep a memory. The back is kind of not so great, but that's the back. But it's fine, we're not looking at the back, we're only looking at the front. Could not recommend doing a DIY like this more. You could do it for a vacation, some of your favorite photos. There's just so many different variations of this that you could do. I'll show you where I'm putting it. I feel like this looks super cute right here, but my nightstand is slowly just getting more and more crowded with stuff, but that is okay. I think that this adds a ton of color to the nightstand, so then everything is not just like blue. And now let's go book shopping. Literally the second I pulled in, I realized I forgot the books that I was gonna bring to Second & Charles because it's a used bookstore and you can not only like buy books, but you can also sell your books back. And my parents gave me like a huge stack of books that they wanted me to trade in or whatever, and I left them at home. Great. That's like the third time I've been to Second & Charles recently where I've left them at home. But we're gonna run in there and see if they have some fun beach reads. The Ellen Hilderbrand section is huge, so I'm gonna have plenty to choose from. I think this is one of her most popular books, this one, and same with The Perfect Couple. This one sounds like the best one and the one that fits the beach reading the best. Okay, so here's everything I got at the used bookstore. Surprisingly, they had everything that I was looking for. And normally I just go into the used bookstore to browse about, but actually today I had things to find and I found them, which is amazing. So they had one copy of Daisy Hates left. After further thought, I'm like, yes, I'm gonna continue this series, and if I don't like Daisy Hates, then I will not read the rest of the Magnolia Park series. But if I do like Daisy Hates, I think I'll keep going. So when I'm in the mood for drama, Gossip Girl vibes, this will be read. And then I decided to get the 5-Star Weekend. There's almost an entire shelf just dedicated to Ellen Hilderbrand books, and I feel like the 5-Star Weekend was a good call because first of all, it has major beachy vibes. Second of all, I feel like with an author like this who's super popular, it's good to start with one of her most popular books and then branch out from there. It says the 5-Star Weekend is a surprising and captivating story about friendship, love, and self-discovery set on Nantucket. The female main character, she has a major tragedy in her life, and then when she hears about something called the 5-Star Weekend, she decides to host her own version of the 5-Star Weekend where she brings together her best friends that have been friends throughout significant points in her life. Also, it was $7.95, and honestly this book looks brand new. And then a Kristen Hanna book. This is on Mystic Lake. I absolutely adore Kristen Hanna's books. I think I've only read 3 of them, but all 3 of them that I've read have been a masterpiece. I've read The Great Alone, The Nightingale, and The Four Winds, which are all her historical fiction books, but this is more women's fiction, not necessarily romance, but I think there's like romantic aspects. The female main character, it says her husband has just confessed that he's in love with a younger woman on the same day that their only daughter goes off to college. So the character returns to her hometown where she is reunited with her first love, and then it goes into how everybody heals and how everyone finds happiness. So this sounds incredible, and this was $5.50. I'm really excited to read Kristen Hanna's books that are not historical fiction because her writing is just 10,000 million out of 10. But that was what I got, and I think that's it. So thank you so much for watching today's video, and thank you again to Bookland for sponsoring the video. Go check them out for the cutest frames. I really hope you enjoyed this bookish style vlog. This was so much fun to film. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, comment down below what one of your recent 5-star reads is, and follow me on Instagram, TikTok, and Goodreads at Susan Carolyn for more bookish content, and I will see you next time. Bye.